Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 4. Top of the league, baby. Bruv, come on, talk to me about that game. We had a tough three fixtures now. And that, for me, I thought it was going to be a hard game going to Bournemouth. They've been playing well, they played decent football, and we bossed that game. That was magnifico. Bruv, talk to me about that game.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to sort of sit here and be like, yeah, look, top of the league, and it's all good. And to be fair, me as well, me pretty much solely, I've been quite critical of performances of late, saying like, although we're getting results, which is great, we do need a performance to match. And I actually would go as far as saying that was our performance of the season so far. I 100%. Think the most complete performance of the season. Bournemouth's tactics were a bit weird for me. You know, they kind of sat deep, trying to hit him on the counter, which is fine. Which is obviously I can understand it, but I think they were a bit too deep. I think they were a bit too negative, and I didn't think they were, you know, as assertive enough. There was times when they had like 11 men in their half, but like in the centre circle, you know, they were literally the other side of the centre circle. So I'm a bit like, that's very deep. So even if you are going to look to play a counter, there's a lot of space between where you are and where the goal is. So yeah.
For me though, I just felt that people took the respect away from Liverpool a little bit. They're saying that Bournemouth weren't really at it. Whereas for me, I thought Liverpool, the way they dominated that game, the way they moved the ball, it just didn't allow Bournemouth to get any hold of the game. Liverpool controlled it throughout, and I thought, okay, this first 20 minutes have gone for hold on. Liverpool playing serious here. And they just kept continuing. And as more as I watched, basically Liverpool, it was just two-touch football.
But I think the thing that people, it's almost like it's like a flip side story, theory really, because teams that like to play, that people always think, well, if we set off and let them, obviously they're going to try and pop it through us or whatever. But teams that like to play, if you don't let them play, it's like anybody, even at the top, the highest level. I mean, Barcelona are probably the best team at it, at playing out from the back. But there's two ways looking at it. At Bournemouth's pitch is quite cramped, it's quite a small pitch. If you let them play, yeah, they'll be a decent side and they will play good football and they'll have spells in the game. But what Liverpool did really well yesterday was they pressed them high up the pitch and they didn't let them play. So when Liverpool had the ball, Bournemouth was sitting deep. So essentially Liverpool didn't let them out their own half. Didn't let them try and get into the other half and the areas that they want to play. They made them try and play in areas that they don't really want to play typically, which is in their own half, which allowed Liverpool to win the ball back early and dominate and assert pressure on consistent pressure over 90 minutes. And obviously the fullbacks being so high meant that it was just it was the two centre halves were doing a lot of the controlling at the back because they didn't have to do anything. So it allowed us to continue the pressure, and obviously it helps when you've got people who are good in tight spaces to sort of work areas in tight spaces.
I think the game, the performance was so complete that I can't think of one player on the pitch that didn't perform to a high standard. Every single player for me, I thought had a fantastic game. Even Fabinho in the middle, he was everywhere. He was involved in one or two passes, even the goals he was involved in. He had his body on the line in terms of winning the ball back. I thought he had a great performance. I thought the only person that for me, Keita started really well with a double little nutmeg. That was crisp. But then I just felt he went a bit missing in the game. But apart from that, I can't think of one player in that whole team that didn't perform to the game.
From what I saw, you can't really. And even the time when he was called upon, the keeper made a crucial save, which when he was called upon. Don't get me wrong, Bournemouth did have chances in that game. There were chances when they could have scored, and they missed some big opportunities, which could have made things very different. But although Liverpool's goal, I think probably was offside. The first
100%
one.
Offside. It wasn't like no doubt. It was offside.
It's offside.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a little bit of luck with that. But I also believe that it was a matter of time. It wasn't like Bournemouth were sitting there thinking, "Oh, that would have changed everything." And I wasn't. I mean, I typically, we both said this. We got a lot of respect for Eddie Howe for what he's done, but I'm not sure I was having his response yesterday. I mean, I know you got to say something and try and keep fans on side, but I actually think it was a matter of time before they would have conceded in that game because it was relentless pressure.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. When the post match interview came in, I felt that he was going to say
fair play.
I thought he was going to say fair play, better team won. I felt that we performed really well into the first goal and it would have been offside. But he actually didn't mention anything about Liverpool's performance. He actually talked about he thought the game was fairly equal and he felt the Bournemouth played really well up until that offside goal. Now that wasn't the factor that changed. Yeah, that wasn't the factor that changed the whole game because, like you said, it was a matter of time and the way Liverpool played. It was the same throughout the whole 90 minutes. And I
thought that centre half, that Cook, is a when he had a bad game yesterday.
Yeah,
I think he made bad game's probably harsh, but I think the moments of when you kind of want your centre half to step up, he kind of made mistakes, which you'd ideally want to avoid. But the other thing I must point out is Mo Salah when he messed up when Mo Salah was through on goal for his second goal. he put his studs down the back of his calf. Now, I'm sorry, but that's disgusting, right, for a start. And if Salah goes down, there's consequences. But that needs to. See, that's my problem with players staying on their feet. That's my problem with it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not encouraging diving for at all. But what I'm saying is, if Salah doesn't go down there, and he goes and scores like he does, then everyone just sort of forgets about what the guy's just done. There needs to be repercussions for that, as far as I'm concerned. Because then how can you have a go at players for diving? Because you're not going to get anything for staying on your feet. I mean, yeah, he scored. That sounds ridiculous because he's gone and scored. But I'm talking about for the rest of the game. That guy can do it again because he is not booked. He hasn't got anything on his card. You need to book him, or there needs to be a consequence for that because that's a horrible tackle as far as I'm concerned.
Totally.
And I know I've just said you don't get anything for staying on your feet. You go and you scored, so you do get a goal, which is great. I'm not denying that, but I'm just saying, let's just say he didn't score for argument's sake, and it went out and it ended up sort of taking a shot and it trickles through to the goalkeeper, and they're on the attack. There's no consequence. There's no benefit to it. As long as if he went down, then there's a free kick in a good spot and the guy gets booked. But why has he got to go down? Why has he got to be? Why has he got to get the free kick to get the guy booked? Because I think that was it was horrible, to be honest.
Yeah, and I totally agree. I think as you mentioned about Mo Salah, I mean, what do you think of his performance? I thought he had a fantastic performance. It was almost like the old school Mo Salah back last year. I mean, if he kicks on from now to the end of the season, we're laughing.
Well, that's what I was hoping for, because again, even before he scored, we actually said it to each other. We were like, "There's, done something. You think, why are you shooting there? Like, what's that about?" But I think it will be a case of it needs something to click, doesn't it? And to score a hat-trick away at Bournemouth after such a tough week, Everton, Burnley away, and these lot away, you think to yourself, I'll tell you what, this could be the catalyst now. And then, like I said, his statistics are a joke. Even now, they're actually a joke. But everyone got so used to that, so high standards that he set performance-wise, that they thought, oh, well, I want to see him doing what he done last year. But on the other side of it, all teams would have spent the whole summer thinking about how we're going to stop Mo Salah next season. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? So there is going to be difficult, and he's had to work other ways round. And now, as I said, towards the end of that game, he looked like he had his mojo back. Beginning of the game, it was still a little bit hit and miss, still doing stupid stuff. But now I'm hoping that that's it now. Is that okay? Right, I'm back in my groove.
Yeah, that composure he showed for the last goal, that was Mo Salah of old. Like where everything just stands still for him.
Sat people down.
That's it. Just slow motion, and he comes back in. That looked like Mo Salah of old. And I want to big up Adam Lallana actually for that goal, because he didn't even have a look. He just took the ball. He just knew, I can just knock this over the top, and Mo Salah would be on the end of it. And I think that was good. They kept the defenders thinking, and we just need to play to Mo Salah's his ability, because he was getting in and around the back of the defenders all game. And like we said, it was a fantastic performance.
I just want to make I just want to give recognition and give a shout out to James Milner, because
he started him perfectly.
The guy played left back, right back, centre midfield, attacking midfield, defensive midfield, and you'd think the guy's played there all his life. Do you know what I mean? And I think this is what worries me. Like, we're relying on someone who's in the twilight of his career to be doing that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, he started in, and you didn't notice a single mistake where you think, you know what, we're missing Trent. He was so composed. He made some really good decisions. Yeah,
the things I'm not sure what's going on with Kleiny, because I know that everyone's saying that he's been injured and stuff, but I think there is something going on. I mean, I heard a lot of rumours that there's something going on behind the scenes in his personal life, to do with some sort of drugs or something like that. Obviously, this is all rumours that I've heard. I hope it's not, because it'd be really good to see him back and challenge. Obviously with Gomez being out, we need Kleiny now. We need Kleiny, because we can't keep relying on Trent. He's a young boy to keep playing all these games. So fingers crossed that, I mean, as I said, I don't know what it is that's going on, but hopefully that we can see more of him, because we don't really want to see Milner playing left back, right back, midfield. Do you know what I mean?
I don't want to get too gassed here, but has anybody looked at the league and see what's going on underneath? Like, I haven't really paid much attention to it until now, but we are far ahead of some of the teams that you expect to be competing with us. Like, I don't want to sound arrogant, but Liverpool have never been in a situation where, you look at the league and you're like almost 11, 15, 18 points clear of teams that actually you're competing with. That used to be us back in 6th, 7th, looking up at the table thinking, oh, hopefully if they lose 3 games, we can close the gap.
The thing for me is, and I think about it now, a lot of people are saying that they want to see that Klopp's got to do this and Klopp's got to win this and Klopp's got to win that. As fans, we're not used to the situation we're in. We're not used to it. We haven't seen it. So he's obviously gone from taking a team of Joey's, adding to it, making it better, and making us now into a team that, on a normal league season, without Man City, would be miles ahead. Do you know what I mean? It's because Man City have set the bar so high and they've spent the money that they have, and people are going to try and take me to town on that. Liverpool spent money, but in comparison, it's been a drop in the ocean. Liverpool are now actually starting to have that mindset. So I think things will change. And I really hope that other Liverpool fans aren't getting in the same bandwagon saying that he has to win something, because the tide's turning. We are changing. There is a change. There is a transition. Before, we've always said it, but now we're seeing the fruits of that. So yeah, it'd be great to win a trophy. I'd love nothing more than to win a trophy. But if you said to me, finish outside the top four, but they win a trophy, and that trophy being the League Cup, and I know they're out, but just for argument's sake, or be challenging for the league title and, end up in the later stages of the Champions League and don't win a trophy, I'd take the latter at the minute, because I do want us to win to the bigger trophies, because the smaller trophies, no disrespect to those little trophies, but Man United won and Arsenal won 3 FA Cups or whatever it was in a short space of time. You ask fans next season who won the League Cup, everyone's like, not sure. Do you know what I mean? So it's winning trophies is great, but I want to see Liverpool continue in this vein where we are challenging for the major honours, and that's where I think we need to be as a club.
I mean, this is a message to all the fans who don't support Liverpool and keep saying that Jurgen Klopp needs to win a trophy, yeah? This is Liverpool's best start in 126 years. So that's what I got to say to you, bro. Because, I mean, what else do you want as a fan, as a Liverpool supporter? This is the best start in 126 years. That we've been watching Liverpool for a long time. This is the best team. This is the best way we play. You look forward to every single game. And that's all you want in the team. Like, obviously the trophies will come, but this is our best start for so long. And that's a fact.
And if you get rid of Klopp, mate.
Where'd you go?
Exactly. Where do you go? That's the only thing I'd say. So yeah, but that's just to wrap up on that. I mean, fixture-wise, we've had a real tough week. We've come out unscathed, which is great. Well. But then it's the week to come now. It just seems to be like every month there's, oh my God, huge games. So, listen, hopefully we take on this momentum. Napoli, I'd love for us to put it on United, obviously.
Got Wolves, I think, in there as well.
And Wolves, yeah. So as I said, these games keep coming thick and fast. And
Mancity.
Yeah, so fingers crossed. We'll see ask me in a month where, what I think, then I think we'll be able to give better answers.
Yeah. Do you want to give a man of the match before we wrap up?
Well, I don't think you can look too much past Mo Salah. The guy scored a hat-trick and he scored goals that made him look like he was back to his fluent self. But again, the whole team performed really well, I thought.
Yeah, I will second that completely. So we'll see you for the Champions League match. Until then, don't forget to share, like and subscribe. Peace, y'all.